What's good, fam? Welcome to Subs Over Dubs podcast, anime review of Vinland Saga, season 2, episode 9. My name is Vision,
I'm Rebel.
and we're gonna get into this episode. So, unfortunately, or we'll say fortunately for now, another decent episode, but I don't like the way this is going. So,
I call it Snooze Land Saga continues.
it's not looking good. So, we kind of already knew like the first half of the season was a little bit slower than what we're accustomed to. But with the recent events, we kind of got we got what you ultimately wanted. You wanted to know what was going on in his dreams, and we got a very vivid showcase of what he's going through every time he has this nightmare. And essentially, I guess we can say he's going to, it's not hell, but
That's one
it's
thing
like
that
a
I like. When we were
warrior's hell.
talking the other day, and or actually earlier, we were talking about, like you said, he got hit over the head with the shovel, right?
Mm-hmm.
It made me think because you were like, most people would have. That's like
That's a kill
automatic
shot.
kill. So then I'm like, maybe for that time he was like kind of dead in a sense, because I'm like, that to me was too vivid and too like, I don't know, too almost supernatural for it to just feel like a dream.
Mhm.
Last episode, that was like, okay, that's a dream, these weird things. But then him having that conversation with Ashlad, and then like him saving him.
It's just more present.
Yeah, it seemed like he was kind of like in a 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and he's like, hey man, no matter how many times all these people you kill try to drag you out, down, just keep climbing. And then once he gets to the top, he like wakes up. So I'm like, that's pretty cool if they kind of add that like almost supernatural element. But
The biggest thing is like, what does this mean though? Like, obviously you can't. Essentially, he's saying you can't think about all the ones you've killed, but it's
For
just
sure.
like, and this is where we've got to see some type of situation he's put in where he can't hold on to being, priest Thorfinn, because like I'm not trying. That's not what I'm here for.
yeah,
Like-
one of the things that I was thinking about was like, is this gonna end up being one of those things where you pass on the torch? Like, let's say Thorfinn doesn't want to fight, and he's in a situation where it's like, I either fight or I don't, and then he chooses not to, and then it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, Einar in my place, I've always wanted to go to Vinland. That's where me and my dad said we're gonna meet up one day, and he passes on that torch, and it's kind of like To Your Eternity, where it's like, power of friendship, like do this for me, So that would to me seem cooler, because from where it leads to, like we were talking earlier, it just feels generic. Like if they're just like, oh, he doesn't want to fight anymore, but some event's gonna make him, have
Hey.
to fight. That's generic. And if we're waiting 2 years for
Well, it
action and
depends.
something different,
It depends on how they do. I mean, like how many times, like how many different stories are told in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
that's
It's
fair.
it's kind of hard to like put a very unique story out and not like have some type of path that's already kind of been paved.
I guess not everybody can be One Piece. So shout out Goda, man. Shout out the GOAT.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy. But yeah. I just hope at the end of the day, I don't care how they do it. I just hope we don't have Priest Thorfinn for the remainder of the series, because that's gonna suck. Because like,
Would you be mad if like, so you were talking that you think they're gonna split off, right? 13 and then
well, I'm just
13
saying.
or whatever the
Yeah,
case may be.
I believe it's gonna be a split core. But even if it's not, like,
But would you be upset if like, say he's like Priest Thorfinn for the next, let's say, 4 episodes, and then like just as things are about to get good and he has to boom cut off. Then we gotta wait like 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
wait a quarter.
Would you be cool with that, or it's like,
Listen, I will say this: I'll be cool with it with a simple fact that if I know for a fact like it ends up on a cliffhanger, like it's about to go down.
yeah,
At least I know what I'm walking into, and I can deal with waiting a little bit longer.
for sure.
But I don't get that type of closure, and I see Thorfinn just being Buddha, and yeah, I ain't.
Turns into that drunk priest from season 1.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see that,
My thing
man.
is like, if Core 2 is like everything that I've wanted it to be, and it's like season 1, I'll forgive everything that happens. I'll forgive it. And then like if they do say move on to a season 3, I feel like once I go back and watch it in a binge,
Mhm.
I might appreciate it more. But when we're waiting week after week and we're like just poking the bear and we're just like, do something, bro. I'm tired, bro. So maybe I'll have more appreciation for this first half if the second half lives up to the hype. But if it's just this, man, and it's
It's more of the same. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was,
might not even watch season 3 if that happens, if it just continues like this. But apparently, like it's popular in the manga, so it has to get good again at some point, right? And that's what I'm just hoping for. So
Apparently, there's a
see.
lot of good arcs, and again, on the beginning of the anime review, I was kind of told early on. My brother said, we look forward to Vinland Saga because we were like
Yeah.
2 episodes in, and I'm like, I hope it's not like this for a while. And he's like,
Buckle up,
he
bucko.
basically smiled and said, get ready, it ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So.
Man.
Man, I really hope they can tie this on a bow properly, and I think they will. I mean, I think we would have heard outrage. I don't know how far advanced the manga is, but it's clearly further past this whole
For
farmland,
sure.
and people are still following it. So I think we're gonna get what we're looking for. What that looks like,
It might just be one of those builder seasons where
yeah.
we're expanding the universe, which I mean, I'm all for it. Obviously I'm into animes that are long running and you're world building, but man, it's like it really just feels like same thing, different week. You kind of change up here things, and like this episode, how is it that much different from last week?
Well, they
Got
got
a flashback, talking a little bit about his dreams.
It's this
Same thing.
It's the post errors of what happened with the crops. You know what I'm saying? They got a little
That is
action.
the biggest issue in the season is, oh shit, the crops. Like that is what we're like out here worried about. Like,
Hey man,
it's
that's
just-
freedom right there.
I understand
That's not just
it.
wheat. That's
I
their freedom.
understand it. I just don't respect it. It's different.
Hey man, he doesn't know good storytelling when he sees it, man.
I watch One Piece, bro. That should tell you everything you need to know. Naruto.
Sheesh.
I'm 7 episodes into Bleach. I'm running it, bro.
We're gonna have to get like a game plan for that too with the Bleach, because you have only a month.
Yeah.
Like how would you know this?
Trying, bro. You have to understand, we're like, this is a side note. Obviously, this is Vinland Saga's anime review, but we are watching a lot of anime. Then we're recording podcasts twice a week, and then we're going to conventions every weekend. It's a lot, bro. I'm trying. I'm gonna do my best to get as close as I can. And obviously,
I
we
think
talked
you should
about
just skip. to be
skip
honest.
straight to Soul Society.
Yes, if you get to Soul Society, you can kind of go to all the major arcs, because there's a lot of in between that really doesn't matter. And then you'll get the gist of everything. Like once you catch up, you will understand. Like you won't have to. It won't take much.
I might just do that.
I would
Because
just.
I really was just trying to watch the first 10, 15 to kind of see what the
See the
universe
intro.
is, and then meet all the side characters, and then from there start skipping into the arcs.
Yeah, there is a lot of characters. I can't think of many that's just gonna like throw you out of whack that you haven't seen before. Like if you start with Soul Society, there's a few characters that you haven't seen that's kind of with the group, not on the Soul Reaper side, that you'll be introduced to newly anyways. But I think just watch it that way. That way you have a chance at least to catch up. Because
Make it
at this
into
rate, you're
forward
not
to
gonna
it.
make it, man. Because you'd have to like
Binge
spend
it
a
like
day
crazy.
out of your life,
For sure.
probably once a week, to even have a chance to get close.
For sure. Luckily, a lot of these animes, though, like, they come out Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So you really got like Tuesday through Friday to really just binge. So it's kind of been the game plan is just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just binge as much as I can, because One Piece doesn't come out to Saturday. Revenger comes out Saturday. Vinland comes out on Monday, at least on our end in Texas. So just trying, bro. But shout out Bleach, man. It's all right so far.
Yeah, just skip ahead, man, so you have a chance. But getting back to Vinland, I think they'll do right. Obviously, the manga is still ongoing, so they have done right.
For sure.
It just needs to happen faster in anime, because we're hurting. We're hurting based on what we
We need
we
something
came
good
to.
right now.
Yeah, we from what we came from season 1, it's not bad, but the change of pace has definitely been dragging for a while. So
You know what I keep thinking that makes it worse, I think, and it just came to me. The thing about season 1 was that we got all the action in the beginning, in the first half. It, by the way that it's been released, I believe. And then the second half was a lot of like building. So there were maybe fights here and there, but a lot of it was building, except for the end. So then I feel like that's why we've been feeling like it's been dragging so far. If they would have started with building and then action, and then season 2 we get a little bit of building, we're like, okay, cool. But it really feels like it's been a long time since we've gotten like a crazy good fight, except for the season finale of season 1. So it's like we're just dragging for 2 years here. So I feel like if they would have flip flopped it in that way, where like you get building and then action, then when you go back to building, you're like, oh, it's cool. A year ago we got a lot of action, but it's really been a long stretch of not much action going on.
And I think what would have helped it, we still haven't gotten like the flashback or the reasoning of why.
Oh, how he even ended up there, yeah.
Like if they would have showcased, he probably got into some type of battle, got hurt severely, and they helped him, and he kind of just forgot he's got some type of amnesia. I think if they would have showcased that in the beginning of the season, it'll be easier on us to kind of get us through. We started off on a high note.
That's really the only like non-action mystery that we're really just like, how the hell did you end up here, bro? You could have folded anybody who tried to like turn you into a slave. So why didn't you? Yeah. How did we get here? Yeah, facts.
So I think if they were able to like introduce that early on, it would help ease
some of this
the tension, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, we'll see though. Like I said, hopefully at least by episode 12 and 13, we're either getting action or we're building up to that. Because then it's like, finally, bro, like it's worth it, And that's what I care about. Is like I'm willing to deal with all this as long as at the end of the day it's worth it. If we get to episode 13 and like the last 2 minutes they're like, oh, Thorfinn might have to fight. What's his decision? Find out next year on Dragon Ball Z. Like I'm OD and I'm done. Like just on to the next anime. And that's just me being honest. Like there's so many anime to watch, and we're invested in these because whether we like to admit it or not, a lot of the people who read manga, there's hype around it. So we want to see what the hype is about. If it doesn't measure up, there's obviously a bunch of other things to watch.
Hey man, that's why. And that's funny you bring that up. And I think that's a big reason why a lot of people watch One Piece. Apparently, I don't read. A lot of people say the manga for One Piece is great, and it may be. I have no idea. But the animation side, because most people who watch anime want to see things. Things are played out when you're reading page by page.
For sure.
Versus when you see it animated, brought to life, that's what kind of makes it, come full circle for you. So I think that's another reason why One Piece has so many, so much love. Not a bad thing, but
I feel like Bleach is the same way though. A lot of people say that the Bleach manga is like a million times better than the anime, and they're wanting those scenes to get animated. So
yeah, what I've heard for Bleach, they say that because like the latest anime season, how I said it's like way better, it's more adult, more gory and stuff. That's how it has been the whole time in the manga for.
So they kind of watered it down.
Yeah, they watered it out
the beginning.
For Shonen. Yeah. So
that's fair though, because Shonen was like that. Up until these past couple of years when they started seeing other, like I guess studios or whatever, like, oh, we can go a little bit more teenage or mature, and it's still working. So that's cool. Glad that they at least changed it now, more so than later or never. So
yeah,
shout out, Shonen, shout out Crunchyroll, man.
Nah, Crunchyroll, fuck that. Well, I'm still got my eyes on you, man.
You got drop one more movie like that.
You got one more chance, and I don't know if Slime was a Crunchyroll special. I don't remember seeing it in the beginning, but if it was, I don't remember if it was a show. You guys if that was.
This guy's still salty about that movie.
Hey man, trust me, when you watch it, you'll understand. And the thing about it, you'll watch it and be like, it wasn't that bad. But then you gotta think to yourself, what I paid for.
That's what will change. Look, man, money comes and goes, man. I spend more on less every day.
Yeah, but money and time don't come back.
I'd rather spend $15 on a slime movie that's bad than what else am I gonna do with it? Buy pizza, bro. I'm saving myself a few LBs.
I don't even eat pizza, and I would gladly get the pizza over wasting the time and the money on that.
So you're saying, what is it? Buffalo Wild Wings Tuesdays would have been a better investment, bro.
100%. 100%, 1,000% return.
Double the wings on Buffalo Wild Wings. Shout out, sponsor us.
Hey, shout out to B-Dubs, man. Holding it down for us on
Tuesdays. Side note, it has nothing to do with anime. This man has eaten B-Dubs consistently on Tuesdays for the last,
I would say out of the 52 weeks, easily 40.
40 weeks. And that's since I met him in 2016. Bro, this man, he almost don't miss a week unless he's out of town. Yeah. Sponsor us, bro. Give us a little ad at the bottom. Give us 10 bands, we'll take it.
Shout out to B-Dubs, man. But we'll wrap it up on that, guys. I think, man, they have. I think they're gonna do about right. Hopefully, I agree with whatever direction they go with, because it's gonna be a feels bad if we got this style of Thorfinn going forward with the whole I thou shall not kill or harm thy neighbor.
Hey, if it lasts a couple episodes, I'm cool with it. But if it goes on and they overdrag this, man, like Vinland Saga, we done. On to the next.
I don't know what that guy said. But that'll be it, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think, and is it subs
Or is it dubs?
Peace.
We out.